E-commerce now accounts for $1 in $5 spent. That's up from just about 13% of overall retail spending in 2019. So if you've been doing all of your shopping online this past year, you are not alone. Online shopping has absolutely boomed during the pandemic. And the shift to e-commerce has not only been great for the big folks like Amazon, but it's also benefited small digital startups too. One of those companies is Shippo. It's a shipping platform designed to help growing e-commerce businesses streamline their fulfillment processes. And today, Shippo has announced that it has raised a $45 million strategic growth round. Shippo founder and CEO Laura Behrens Wu joins me now from the Bay Area in California. Hey, Laura, thanks so much for being here. How has Shippo's business changed over the last year as we get close to being in this pandemic for an entire year?
Yeah, thanks for having me today. Yeah, I'm excited to talk about this. I think it's been, at the beginning of the pandemic, we really didn't know what to expect. And like our first thought was independent businesses, SMBs, they're being hit the hardest. So we wanted to make sure that we're watching out for that. We're making shipping as frictionless as possible for our customers, decided to waive all our platform fees and just support our independent businesses. And then as the pandemic progressed, or like as the first month passed by, we realized that our SMBs, they were actually like starting to recover pretty well. We've been seeing that our SMBs, all of our existing customers were shipping more than before. Our new signups were shipping more than our previous cohorts as well. And mostly, I think, due to changing consumer behaviors, everyone is buying on the internet. Everyone needs to, and then when you're buying on the internet, the item needs to be shipped to you. That's just the only way you can receive it.
Right.
So independent businesses are figuring out how to ship, and that's where we come in. We give them a shipping platform that helps them make shipping easy and intuitive, and making sure that they're not always behind trying to catch up with Amazon and Amazon Prime. And I think that's the last comment here. Like last year, we did see Amazon just slowing down a little, and they're having some bottlenecks in their fulfillment networks. And I think that was a great way for SMBs and independent businesses to step up and to get more mind share from consumers. Yeah, so customer expectations are still sky high for shipping. People are still expecting free and fast shipping, but they're more looking at independent businesses to buy from those as well and support them.
So how do you get to the point where you help a small e-commerce company, an independent e-commerce company, one of these small or medium-sized businesses that you referred to? How do you get to a point where buying something from that independent company is just as easy as buying it from Amazon using Amazon Prime?
Yes, it's a really good question. I think it's something that keeps a lot of our independent businesses up at night because the customer expectations are just so high, and not everyone is Amazon. And I think what Amazon has is just they have a lot of scale. So they have a lot of packages that they're shipping. With more scale, they have more negotiation power with the shipping providers. They obviously have a big team of engineers that can build these kinds of integrations and optimizations and automations. And like we really see ourselves as the shipping team for all of our independent businesses that we're working with. So we aggregate that scale. We're able to have those kinds of partnerships with the shipping providers. We, of course, built the technology for them so that they don't need to hire any developers, any engineers to do this. And then we just try to like reduce as much cognitive overhead as possible. So the product should be able to help our customers make decisions in a smart way, give them recommendations without them having to sit down, crunch the numbers, and compare things themselves. So that's the entire premise here. The goal is to allow SMBs to ship like retail giants. And the fun part here is it's really not rocket science. It is about having scale, having enough data, and a big engineering team to build a platform that then all SMBs can tap into.
So when it comes to actually getting that physical good from the e-commerce company, from your customer to their customer, who actually does the shipping here? What are the organizations that you're using for that last mile?
Yeah, for sure. So we're a software layer only. So we don't have any shipping trucks driving around.
Not yet.
Yes, not yet. But right now we're mostly partnering with all the different shipping providers that our SMB customers already know and would want to use. So we work with FedEx, UPS, USPS, DHL, but also a lot of regional shipping providers. And so they're the ones doing the actual shipping. We connect to their technologies. We have our agreements with them, and then we make sure that we built a platform on top of that has all of the different shipping functionalities from pre-purchase to post-purchase that our customers are looking for. And then I do think our customers, we've seen them really enjoy using multiple different shipping providers instead of just using one carrier for everything. So I think that's a big, that's how large e-commerce businesses ship, where they tap into the network of lots of different carriers and benefit from whatever the different carriers are good at, and just giving that power to SMBs is very, very successful.
Hey, Laura, very briefly, one thing that I've noticed and many other people have noticed too is a serious delay when it comes to United States Postal Service. And certainly Postmaster General DeJoy is coming under fire from that, especially from Democrats. Is it something that your small businesses are thinking about when they're thinking about which provider to use for shipping?
Yes. Yeah, no, last year in December, we crunched our numbers, and then we looked at the numbers again in Q1 to see if there was any merit in those rumors or these conversations about delays. And it turns out that on average, the delays were not outsized, but there were certain routes, certain destinations where there were significant delays. So I think it is easier to have that kind of conversation in a more nuanced way.
Yeah.
And this is where I think our software can provide a lot of value. And when our customers are trying to ship to a certain route, a certain destination where we are seeing those outsized delays, we can recommend another shipping provider for those particular destinations. But I wouldn't say that the USPS is not suitable or is not doing well for all of their packages. Just a certain subset of destinations, routes are performing worse than others.
I'm wondering what's next for you. $45 million in this most recent round. It values the company at close to $500 million. IPO on the horizon?
I think it's still far away. By the way, this is the first time I'm being asked that question, so I see that as a major milestone for the company. Thank you for that. But we're still far away. We have a big vision to execute against. I think our goal is to make SMB shipping, to allow SMBs to ship like retail giants, to really build Amazon Prime for everyone else. And we're still a long way away from that. I think we just started getting, we're just getting started. So no IPO in sight.
All right, well, when you're ready, come back and tell us all about it. That's Shippo founder and CEO Laura Behrens Wu joining us from California. Laura, thanks so much for your time. Appreciate it.